Hello boys and girls, welcome to today's lesson. Today we are looking at Module 2, Lesson 23. And our learning goal is I can solve for the unknown by using addition and subtraction strategies. So the unknown is basically, it's our mystery number. Remember in the past lessons where we've looked at numbers and we didn't know what it was? It was our mystery number. Well, that's what we're talking about here today. So we're going to be using addition and subtraction strategies to solve those problems. Now, one thing I want us to remember as we're looking at this is when we had number bonds, we have our whole amount, and then we had two parts to that number bond. We're going to be making number bonds with these problems to help us figure out what our parts are and what strategy we need to use. Are you ready to get started? I know I am. Before we get started, we're going to do all of these problems together today. So I want you to pause the video right now, grab your whiteboard or a piece of paper, and then come right back and we'll do these samples or examples together. Welcome back, boys and girls. I hope you have your paper and whiteboard. We're going to go ahead and start on this one. Okay, this one reads, 13 Lego Jedis were on a vacation. 5 of the Jedis had green lightsabers, and the rest were blue lightsabers. How many were blue? Okay, so we know a few things here, don't we? We know that there were 13 Jedis total. So I'm going to underline this right here. We had 13 Lego Jedis total. And we know that 5 of them had the green lightsabers. So I'm going to put a line under there with 5, and the rest were blue. The rest were blue. So our question is, how many were blue? We know a couple of things, don't we? So we know our total, and we know one of the parts. That's going to be 5. So let's go ahead, and I want us all to draw a number bond right now. Let's draw a number bond right over here, and we're going to put 13 as our total. And now we have our two parts. So one of our parts is going to be the green lightsabers. So let's make a green part right here, and that's 5. And then the second part is going to be our blue lightsabers. And we don't know how many are there. So we're going to leave that blank for the time being. If we were to write out a number sentence, it would look like this. It would say 5 plus our mystery number equals 13. So that's our total right here, 13. That's what it equals, so all together. And then we have 5, which is our mystery, or our known number. And then what's here in blue is our mystery number. How many were blue lightsabers? Well, let's go ahead and draw some of this out, shall we? Let's draw out 13 dots total, because that's how many lightsabers there were all together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, now let's look at our groups then. We know that one of the groups was 5. Right there, there's one of our parts, 5. Let's put a circle around that to show that that is our group. So that's our group of green lightsabers. That means that the remainder, the rest of that, is going to be what's in our blue lightsaber group. So let's group that up. And now we can count them up. We can go, all right, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8. So altogether, there were 8 blue lightsabers. And I want us to write that out as well. So I'm going to write it right here small, but you can write it bigger on your paper. There were, T-H-E-R-E, were, W-E-R-E, there were 8 blue lightsabers. L-I-G-H-T-S-A-B-E-R-S. All right. Oh, and I forgot to write in the rest of my number bond right there. So now we have our complete number bond. 13 is our total. 5 and 8 are our two parts. And we have 5 plus 8 is 13. And we drew it out as well. We modeled it. Make sure that your paper looks like mine. If it doesn't, pause the video, catch up to where we're at, and then we'll go on to our next example. Remember that? So we had our total group of 13. We pulled out our group of 5 because that was one of them, and then we added in the rest of that, 8, to make it be 13. This time around, all right, we're going to be taking a look at our next one now, and it is 14 puppies were playing. 8 of them stopped playing to take a nap. How many were left playing? Now, on our last problem, we made our total group and then we made a smaller group within it. We have 14 puppies here, but 8 of them stopped playing and left and took a nap. So we're going to be subtracting on this one. So let's get this ready to be set up as a subtraction problem. First thing I want us to do though is I want us to make that number bond. So here's our number bond, and we know that we have 14 total. And we have one group of 8 that stopped to take a nap. So we're going to have our group of 8 right here that stopped to take a nap. So 8 stopped for a nap. Then we have our group that's our unknown, and that is our group that were left playing. So how many were left playing? So let's go ahead and put that also on our number bond. But we're going to leave that part blank, because that is going to be our unknown. So let's go ahead and put that down as our unknown. If we were to write out a number sentence for this problem, it would look like this. 14, which is our total, so 14 puppies. 8 of them stopped playing, so minus 8, because they stopped playing, so they're not playing anymore, so they're gone. We're subtracting them out. Equals our unknown. How many were left playing, right here in blue? Let's draw this out now. So remember yesterday we talked about our RDW, read, draw, write. We're doing the same thing right now. So we've read this problem, we've started drawing it out, and we're going to finish drawing it out right now, and then we'll write out our answer. So let's go ahead and draw our 14 puppies. So everyone, let's put down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This time we're subtracting. And remember, we're using both addition and subtraction properties today, or strategies today, to solve these word problems. So right now we're going to do our subtraction. And what do we do to show or to model subtraction? Yeah, that's right. We cross them out. So we're going to cross out 8 because that's what we're subtracting. So we've crossed out 8. And now we're going to box up and add up what we have left to get our answer here. So let's box it up and let's add it up. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 more is, yep, that's right, 6. So we've got 6 as the other part of our number bond, and it is also our mystery number, 6. Now we need to write it out. There were, T-H-E-R-E, were, W-E-R-E, then 6, and then puppies, P-U-P-P-I-E-S, left, L-E-F-T, and then playing, P-L-A-Y-I-N-G. All right, again, make sure you're writing out this full sentence. We need to get in the habit of this because you're expected to do that, not only in the later parts of first grade, but second grade, third grade, and for the rest of your schooling, basically, you're going to have to write out your answer also in a sentence. That way the reader or the person who's looking at your paper knows that you understand the problem and you understand the answer. So there were 6 puppies left playing. We had 14 minus 8. 14 puppies total. We knew that 8 of them stopped playing, so we took out 8 and we modeled that right here. We drew out our 14 dots. We crossed out 8 to show our minus 8. And that left us with 6 left over. And here's the number bond that you should have drawn. 14 with our 2 parts, 8 and 6. And our mystery number was 6. 14 subtract 8, we have 6 remaining. Okay, pause the video if you don't have this problem completed yet. Once you do, press play, come on back, and we will take a look at another problem. All right, welcome back, boys and girls. Let's take a look at our next problem. It says 2 friends caught 12 fish. Janet caught 7 fish, and Renee caught the rest. How many fish did Renee catch? All right, so let's look at a few things that we've got here. We've got 12 fish total. So we know how many there were altogether. That's how many they caught, 12. We know that Janet caught 7 fish. And Renee, well, we're not sure yet how many she caught. So how many did Renee catch? We don't know. We need to figure that out. I want to draw out our number bond first, though, just so I can see what parts I know and what I need to figure out. We know that we have 12 as our total, and we know that we have one of our parts as 7. So let's go ahead and draw out that number bond with a 12 and a 7. We don't know the second part of this, do we? So that's going to be our unknown. So we're going to leave that part of our number bond blank. If we were to write out a number sentence for this, an equation, it would look like this. 7 plus our mystery number equals 12. So to solve this, since we're adding, I want to show our total first. We know we have 12 altogether. So let's go ahead and draw that out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Next, I want us to look at our 2 groups here, because that's what we have. We have a group of 7 and our mystery number, which is a group of we're not sure how many. And then the total, all of the both groups together, all together, we have 12. So let's pull out our group of 7 first here. First, let's make our group of 7. So I'm going to circle that. So we have 7. So there's our group of 7. Remember, we had 12 altogether that we modeled. 12 altogether. And now we're pulling out our group of 7. Next, we need to see what our mystery number is. So what's our second group going to be? Well, let's box them up and count them up and see what we have left. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our second group here. So let's plug in that number. So our mystery number is 5. So we had, inside this group of 12, we had a group of 7 and a group of 5. So those were the 2 parts of our number bond. And we modeled that over here. We drew 12 dots total, and we showed the group of 7, and then we showed the group of 5, because that was what was left. Now we need to write out our answer. So let's do that right underneath here. So Renee, R-E-N-E, Renee caught, C-A-U-G-H-T. So Renee caught 5 fish, F-I-S-H. And then don't forget your period at the end. All right, boys and girls. If you don't have this problem done, pause the video right now, finish it up. And if you're not sure what we did, I would like you to rewind the video and rewatch this problem and do it again with me. And I really want you to see that our total here is 12. And then we had one of our parts, 7. The other part we didn't know. So here's 7, and then we had our mystery number. We didn't know what it was. To find that mystery number, we drew out all 12 dots to represent our 7, to model our 12. And then we pulled out the group of 7 that we knew. And the group that's remaining, well, that was our mystery number. So again, rewind the video, rewatch this if you need to. Otherwise, I want you to pause the video right now, go ahead and grab your Module 2 Lesson 23 problem set and come right back, and we'll take a look at some of those problems together. Welcome back, boys and girls. You should have gotten your problem set, and this is what it will look like. Let me zoom in here to the top so you can see. It should say Lesson 23 problem set 1.2. And remember, the 1 stands for grade 1 and the 2 stands for module 2. And we are on lesson 23. So number one, what they want us to do is to do our RDW model again. So we read the word problem, we draw and label, and we write a number sentence and a statement that matches the story. We got this, no problem. Number one says, Janet read 8 books during the week. She read some more books on the weekend. She read 12 books total. How many books did Janet read on the weekend? Okay, so we know a few things here. We know how many she read total. Right here, she read 12 books total. We also know that she read 8 books during the week. So what we don't know is how many she read on the weekend. Let's start out by making our number bond to show some of the things that we know and that we don't know. So our number bond here, we know that we have 12 as our total. We know that one of our parts is 8. And we know that the other part is going to be our mystery number. So let's put down our mystery number. Let's go ahead and draw this out too. So we have 8 books during the week. Let's draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's label that week. Now, we need to know how many she read on the weekend. Well, we have 12 books total. I'm thinking if we have 8 and then we need to add some more on to get to 12, that tells me it's going to be an addition problem. Let's start writing out that addition problem then. It's going to be 8 plus our mystery number for our total of 12. We're going to keep counting on here. So we already are at 8. So let's just keep counting on until we get up to 12 because that's our total. So we already have one of our parts, 8, and we drew that out here. So let's keep drawing or modeling until we get to 12. So if we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so we've got our second group right here then. And this is our weekend group. Let's label that W-E-N-D. That'll be for week end. All right, so it looks like then we have our mystery number. We drew 4 more dots to get up to 12. So we already had our 8, and then we drew 4 more to get up to 12. We counted on, it was our counting on strategy, and we found our mystery number. So let's go ahead and plug that in. We had 4 as our other part. It's our mystery number, and let's write that out. So Janet read, J-A-N-E-T, then read, R-E-A-D. She read 4 books on the weekend. So 4 books on the week end. And again, pause the video like always if you need to catch up to this. So we should all have drawn out then our model of the problem, our number bond, our number sentence, and our actual sentence where we write out the answer. Pause the video to catch up to where we're at and then press play and we'll go on to number 2. Welcome back, boys and girls. Let's take a look at problem number 2. Problem number 2 reads, Eric scored 13 goals this season. Great job, Eric. He scored 5 goals before the playoffs. How many goals did Eric score during the playoffs? Okay, so we know a few things here. We know how many he scored total, 13 goals. We know that he scored 5 goals before the playoffs. And we need to know how many he scored during the playoffs. All right, let's make a number bond for this. So we've got 13 as our total amount. We have one part down, that's going to be 5. So that's the 5 he scored before the playoffs. And then we have this second part. And that's our unknown number for what he scored during the playoffs. The next thing we need to do in our RDW is, do you remember what that D stands for? Yeah, that's right, draw. So let's draw it out. So we have 13 goals total. So let's draw out 13 dots. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we have 13 goals that we have. Next, I want us to put down what a potential number sentence would be. Can you think of what it might be? Yeah, that's right. We have 13, we know, and we're going to take out or subtract the 5 that he made. So let's go ahead and write that down. So we have 13 minus our 5 equals, and that's going to be our mystery number. So we've got it all set up here. We've got our 13 goals drawn out. We're going to be subtracting 5. And I'm going to give you a sentence frame for writing out the answer on this. So Eric scored, Eric, E-R-I-C, Eric scored, S-C-O-R-E-D. And then that's our mystery number. He scored goals, G-O-A-L-S, during, D-U-R-I-N-G, the playoffs, T-H-E, and then playoffs, P-L-A-Y-O-F-F-S, and then a period at the end. All right, boys and girls, you're going to complete this problem on your own. You need to fill in what the second part of our number bond is, which also happens to be our mystery number. To find that, you're going to complete our model right here. We drew out our 13 dots. There's our 13. We need to subtract or take away 5. Do you remember what we do when we subtract, or how do we show subtraction when we model it? Yeah, that's right. We cross it out. So I want you to model or show crossing it out and then plug in the numbers here. When I look at your paper and Seesaw, when you turn it in, I need to see all of this written down, including our missing spots that you need to fill in on your own. Pause the video right now, finish that part of the problem. When you're done with problem 2, turn the paper over, come back, and we'll take a look at problems 3 and 4 together. Welcome back, boys and girls. Let's take a look at problem number 3. There were 8 ladybugs on a branch. Some more came. Then there were 15 ladybugs on the branch. How many ladybugs came? All right, let's draw out. Well, first let's look at what we know. We know that there were 15 ladybugs at the end. There were 15. And we know that 8 ladybugs were there originally. Oh, let me fix that so we can see the 8 still. We know that 8 were there originally. So we need to know how many ladybugs came. Let's draw that out in a number bond so we can clearly see the parts that we have. So we have 15 as our total, and one of the parts is 8. So let's put that down as a part. And then our second part is what we don't know. How many joined to make that a 15? If some more ladybugs came or joined them, that tells me that we're going to be adding. If they left and went away, well, that would be subtracting. But in this case, they joined them. So there's going to be more in the end. So we're going to have an addition problem here. So let's write that out. So we have 8 ladybugs plus our mystery number. And that's going to equal 15 total. So when we're all done, we're going to have 15 ladybugs altogether. I'm going to start us out on our drawing right here. So we have 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, The next step is we have our group of 8 right here. We need to know what group goes right here. We're going to be counting on. So I want you to use that counting on strategy to get up to 15. Also, we're going to finish it out by writing a sentence for our answer. So we're going to have, let me give you our sentence frame for it. So we have our mystery number. So more, M-O-R-E, ladybugs, L-A-D-Y-B-U-G-S, and then came, C-A-M-E. And I'll put a period there at the end. All right, boys and girls, your job is to finish this problem, problem number 3. If you don't know what to do, pause the video, rewind and look at the previous problems or the examples that we did together to help you solve this. Once you've finished the problem, press play again, come back, and we'll take a look at problem 4. Welcome back, boys and girls. Let's take a look here at number 4. So number 4 reads, Marco's friend gave him some baseball cards at school. If he was already given 9 cards by his family, and he now has 19 cards in all, how many baseball cards did he get in school? All right, so let's draw out what we know and what we don't know. We know that he has 19 cards in all. So that's going to be our total. So let's go ahead and start out our number bond right here. So we have our 19 in all. So that's how many we have all together. And then he was given 9 cards by his family. So that's going to be one of our parts. 9. And then we have our unknown right here, the second part that we need to have. And if we were to write out a subtraction sentence for this, because we have our 19, and I'm going to subtract because we're going to take out the part that the family already has. So he already had that 9. So we're going to take out that 9 from the 19. So we have 19 minus 9, because that's what he already had, because we want to know what he was given by his friend. So that's going to be our mystery number. So again, we set it up like this. 19 total, 19 cards in all. We're going to subtract out the 9 because it says if he was already given 9 baseball cards by his family, how many did he get in school? So we're going to take out what he was already given, that 9, and get our mystery number. We can do this a couple of different ways. We can draw it out, or we can make a mini number bond to subtract as well. So if we were to make a mini number bond, it would look like this. So we'd have our 19, and remember we make 10, so we take 10 out, and then that leaves us with a 9 left over. And then you would subtract away the 9 and the 10. Or you can draw it out as well. So if you were to draw this out, it would look like this. You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And when we draw it out, you're going to have to show subtraction. So think back to what we do to show subtraction. You'll show subtraction, box it up, add it up, and you'll have your answer. Let me give you a sentence frame for writing out the answer itself in word form. So Marco, M-A-R-C-O, Marco got, G-O-T, and then we have our mystery number. We're going to plug in here how many cards he got. So Marco got baseball cards in school. So B-A-S-E-B-A-L-L, so baseball cards, C-A-R-D-S, N-I-N, and then school, S-C-H-O-O-L, period at the end. All right, boys and girls, you need to finish this problem on your own. Remember, we're subtracting. You have 2 choices. You can do the make 10 way where we have our mini number bond, or you can model it by drawing it out and do whatever it is to show subtraction when we draw it out like that. You're going to plug in your answer here because that's our mystery number. And again, make sure you write everything out. I'm going to be looking for that in Seesaw when you take a picture of your work and put it there. This bottom part, it says, meet with a partner and share your drawings and sentences. Talk with your partner about how your drawing matches the story. This is just like we did yesterday. I want you to share this with somebody at your house. It could be a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, neighbor, anybody you want. Just share with them your drawings and tell them and explain to them how the drawings, what you did here, matches this word problem up here. All right, boys and girls, I know this was a lot of work today, but I'm very proud of you. Go back and finish any problems you haven't done yet, and don't forget to upload your work into Seesaw.